No.
All right, this is a special guest with a problem of their own. Tony, are you there from Hack the Movies?
Tony's such a fucking idiot. God damn it, Tony! Just connect to the chat. I was
Hello.
There you are. Are you there?
Hack the Movies.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us? See, he doesn't.
Are you fucking kidding me,
headphones
Tony?
on. He doesn't have his headphones
Turn your fucking headphones on.
What a fucking idiot!
I think he's a nice guy.
Send him. Oh my god, I'm gonna.
Send him a message.
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Oh my god!
Jesus Christ.
What the
Tony,
fuck?
You've been asking me all week to call in.
I'm sorry. My stream setup was fucked.
This whole
I'm in.
time, all we hear is Tony every 2 seconds going, can you guys hear me?
This would be a lot easier if we
Can
haven't
you guys hear
evolved to
me?
this point.
And at no point did it occur to you that we're going yes and your fucking headphones aren't plugged in?
Do you not have the live stream on?
No, I paused it to call.
Oh my god!
I think you're very handsome.
I have a problem, guys.
Okay, let's hear it, motherfucker.
My problem is very important. It's not supporting black-owned businesses.
Oh, really?
Okay,
yeah, Dick.
like it.
I don't know if you know this, but there's this guy, this entrepreneur, this Eric July guy,
Right.
Oh.
and he decided to start his own comic book company called the Rippaverse.
Oh,
And I think I think
boy.
it's actually become the biggest crowdfunded comic of all time.
Wow.
I believe it raised like $1 million, maybe $2 million.
I think it's at $2 million
again,
right now.
That's incredible.
Again, black owned, and one of the artists is a Latinx friend of mine. And I think this is great. Diversity is our strength. But there's
you
this
know,
guy.
you love
fucking
Latinx,
artist.
right? You
I
love
forgot
There's
that.
this
I'm not a
guy.
fan of Latinx. I'm not a fan of Latinx
there's-
or the Filipinx.
This Italian X asshole is telling another Italian X. asshole.
I'm
I
just
feel like
saying,
you shouldn't
I think it's
gentrify a
important.
language. That's all I feel.
Hold
It's
on.
important to support
important to
black-owned
support
businesses.
black-owned
And
businesses.
for like the last 2 weeks, all Vito has done is had a meltdown that this black guy is funding his comic.
Now,
Yes.
and
now wait a
living
minute.
stream.
Wait a minute. Let me understand this. Eric July is his name?
Yes.
He crowdfunded over $1 million for his
$2 million now.
$2 million.
Wow.
So this
$2
guy's
million.
creating a comic. You are creating a comic.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're both crowdfunding on the internet, and he's raised $2 million. I would think you'd be very excited about that.
No. Dick, Vito can't stand that a black man is making it in America, and he doesn't want to support
Vito, are
black-owned
you
businesses.
racist?
And he
yes
is
or no? No other questions.
I'm not a racist.
All right. I
every
like that. I
single
like that.
day he's been making tweets just targeting this guy. I don't know, Vito. Have you worked on your comic at all this fucking week?
Oh,
'Cause
no,
you definitely tweeted this guy.
I've been way busy.
Non-fucking stop.
Is your
And it's
comic
like,
about
Vito, what-
a guy who
Shuts down black businesses, goes
I
around
think
and
so.
takes away their business licenses.
Clan Man?
And Vito,
Is that what he does?
your comic's pretty interesting. I mean, it's basically The Boys, and it looks like Invincible, but you know, it's
I really
everything's
love your
super
backing of
original.
this. Hey, Vito, your comic is
no. My
pretty interesting.
My comic is great.
Yeah, and all you're doing is
it-
just yelling at this guy, probably because he's black. I don't know.
It's not because
you
he's
hate that he
black.
funded his stuff, and you don't want to support his business.
I will-
Everyone else on the internet is rallying around this guy.
I know,
My
because everyone on the
favorite thing
internet
in the
is
world.
a fucking idiot.
Do you hear this, Nick?
I love
He
seeing
is
Vito
so
be uncomfortable, and he is
insanely-
not
I'm not
comfortable right now.
uncomfortable. I'm-
He
Your
is
No,
glasses
no,
are
no,
all
he's
fogged up. You're very
very-
uncomfortable.
It's hot in here. I don't
know
It's
what's
hot in here because
happening.
you're uncomfortable.
Everyone's
Nick, I've been making
sweating.
fun of him. I've been making fun of him all week. It's like, dude, just focus on your comic.
No,
Be happy
I wanna-
that someone else is succeeding.
I'm not happy
And then,
for him
and then
because
The
I'm
higher
sitting
the
there, I'm just
voice, the more
I'm like,
awkward the
Vito,
feeling.
did you work on
Yeah.
your comic and all these? And I'm like, why aren't you? If you're at least going to make fun of this guy, at least promote your comic.
I
And
am promoting
Vito-
my comic.
Yeah.
I
No,
changed
Vito
my...
does the whole thing. He's like, LOL, my Twitter's just for fun. It's like, well, it's not for fun. You're
It is for
crying
fun.
every day. No, you're not having fun, Vito.
When I
you're
find
crying
when
like
I
a fucking
find
loser.
when I find a topic that I think is ridiculous, I will harp on that topic.
Yeah.
And a
You know
guy
what? If you-
who has
if you
never
didn't-
written
listen,
a comic in his
Vito.
life and his only writing experience is saying, "I fucking hate SJWs, bros. We're gonna fight
Vito,
the
that's
culture
what you do.
war."
All
No,
you do is
it
bitch
isn't.
about
Yeah, it
Star
is what you
Wars.
It
do.
isn't.
All you do is talk
That is
about
all
trans
you do,
stuff.
Vito.
Trans stuff is not SJW. Trans stuff is a whole different fucking ball of worms.
Yeah, you hate the trans community. You bitch about
I don't hate
Star
the
Wars all
trans
time.
community, and
and you're not supporting black-owned businesses, which I think is, you know, the people
Eric
you vote for
July
aren't going to
is
like
one
that.
of these guys who is actively making
One of
media
those guys.
criticism worse.
Those guys.
One of those people?
He's one of those people, and I have no problem saying that. who
Dick, I know
is
every time I call in, I
actively
hate on
making-
Wait. Let Vito respond.
Yeah.
These
Two fat Italians talking at the same time.
there's a
Nobody can.
Oh,
There's a certain contingent of the internet that is dumb.
Not economically viable, we call them.
They're making media criticism worse by convincing their audiences very bad and stupid things about storytelling, like the idea that if you put a 2-second kiss in Buzz Lightyear, it's going to turn kids gay.
Yeah.
And when those guys come out and they go, I'm making my own comic book, it's got no politics and it's not woke, and everybody starts clapping their hands like a gibbering monkey, and they go, no woke politics in the comic book. Oh, I have to buy it. And I'm watching all these morons stumble over themselves to declare this complete loser the next Stan Lee. I have to
you hear
sit
this?
back.
Loser, he's got $2 million.
Lots of
So,
losers
Vito,
have
Vito,
money in the bank.
Vito, first off, you're a fucking loser. I love you.
I am
but you are a
winner.
loser.
A winner.
And I've given you so much advice, and I told you to stop being such a crybaby, and you take none of it.
I'm not being a
very
crybaby.
awkward.
Vito,
Comic-
Dick, you know what Vito did this week?
What did I
He
do?
released his Book of Boba Fett review.
Yeah.
A completely different Star Wars show has already come out and released, and he dragged his feet so much. Probably because he was fighting with people on Twitter and
I just
slapping
wanna
them.
wait. Hold on.
and
I just
trying
want
to
to
stop-
defend Vito as
Yeah,
a
okay,
friend. He's
go,
a nice
please.
guy. He's trying his best. We're all in this world.
I think it's
No, he's
Hustling
not
away.
trying his
Hard
best.
times.
Not
He's
trying his
fighting
best.
with people. He is fighting
You know
with
what?
people.
This is
and
I
best.
can
succeeding
both-
and
It's
stuff.
definitely
I
Vito's
can
best.
work on my own projects while also calling out trash.
But you're not working
you
on your
can't.
own projects.
You're not.
I am.
You're only
What's your
calling out
progress
these
then?
I
people.
put out a bunch of shit this week. The fucking Boba Fett video is a big promo for my comic book. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
and you
sign up
released it
for the
way
mail-
too late.
It's
Good
not
for
too
you.
late.
Already
It's doing
closed.
great.
you.
People, that Star
You
Wars
should
shit.
have.
No,
You should have put out an Obi-Wan video.
I don't think I
That's
should have
more
put out an
relevant.
Obi-Wan
I think it's
thing.
pronounced
I think
Obi-Wan.
everybody's.
OB2, OB3.
I think that
OB4.
once you get far, like a little bit away from a TV show, people want to revisit it now that they've had time to digest
Oh,
it.
that is such bullshit.
I think
You
it
just drag
works.
your feet on everything.
I don't think you
Fuck
have
you,
to-
Vito.
I don't think you have to
drag
be
your feet on
immediate.
everything.
I don't like this negative energy at all. I just want to be
Neither
friends.
do I, and I want
You're in the
Vito to
wrong
be
place,
positive.
Eric.
I know.
Vito
I'm not
needs
going to be positive towards these
He needs
geeks
to
and
celebrate
gamers
black-owned
doofuses
businesses and
who
not
are
try to shut
making
down black-owned
complete
businesses.
trash. And
How do you know it's trash, though? It's not even out.
Yeah, you didn't even read it.
I've read the
You didn't even read it.
synopsis.
What's
guy
the
can't-
synopsis?
He can't even write a synopsis. The synopsis is terrible. It's like, the worst day of this character's life was today when he met a bad guy who came in, and that bad guy was mean, and he had
Nice.
to fight the bad
Wait,
guy.
was it mean or median?
It was a median. The bad guy was median.
That sounds pretty good so far. Then what happens?
Point is, whatever. Buy the trash comic book. Support
I wouldn't
every
say
black person
okay.
who comes along.
All right.
And you
Absolutely.
know what? Fucking Razorfist did a video about this comic, and
Razorfist
Razorfist
is
actually
also
put out a
a
book.
piece of shit. I don't support
you believe
Razorfist
this?
either.
How are you so aggressive with people who are in your
But Vito,
industry?
Vito,
Hey, how is
Vito,
that guy
what
in my
comic
industry?
Self
Vito, what have you released? You released a card game,
Yes.
and what else? What have you done, like narrative wise?
Vito actually did a show in a basement about 5 years ago. We did a
Oh wow!
we each did 10 minutes of stand
just-
up.
Do you want to watch my pilot
Great-
from like 10 years
greatest
ago?
pilot man ever.
Do you want to read?
Yeah.
Do you want to read my 100,000 page novel?
It was great.
I make shit all the time, motherfucker.
Like, I'm excited when like indie guys are doing well. I'm working a movie now.
I'm
Like,
excited
They're taking on
funded a
Marvel.
movie.
when
They're
indie
taking on
guys
Disney.
who aren't trash bags
Yeah.
release stuff.
Why do you think he's a trash bag?
Because
though?
they're-
Because I've watched his
it's
channel.
because it's a black-owned business, and he doesn't want black-owned business.
No, because all he does is make videos that are like, there's a gay guy in the X-Men now. Comic books are fucking ruined.
Yeah,
like,
fuck that.
He's an idiot.
I want to see a comic with no SJW bullshit.
That's not
And that's what I
SJW
saw,
bullshit.
Just
man.
love
The
each
comic
other.
he's
I just
making,
want to
I
love each
found. It
other.
looks-
I want everyone to have a good time. Vito, you're a nice
That
man.
comic is going to be such trash, and once it comes
Why?
out,
No, my friend is
How do you
doing the art
know?
on that.
Yeah, your friend's
My
art
friend-
is fine. He's illustrating the vanity project of a 0 IQ knucklehead.
How do you know that though?
How
Because
do
it
you
looks
know?
like shit. It's
Why?
gonna suck.
Vito,
I can
your
tell.
comic is just the boys drawn like Invincible.
No,
you
my
need to
comic
update
is
it.
fucking
That's a great
fantastic,
pitch.
and it has
That's
nothing
a
to do with
great
the boys. It's
pitch.
not like the boys at all.
But how do you know
I
it's
don't
going to
actually,
be bad?
I don't actually watch the boys, so
It's
I'm
not-
The Boys
guessing.
is great.
the
But
boys.
it looks like Invincible, and it's a good story. I read it. You just need to update it, and I gave you notes. Did you attribute any of my notes to your rewrites, or did you just fight with
we
people?
have been. What do you call it? I have the artist working on stuff. We're updating the character sheets and whatever
Okay,
else.
why don't you post about that update?
I don't know what I want to show yet.
Why don't you kiss ass more
I don't
on
want to be
Twitter?
one
Yeah,
of
why don't you pick something
Why don't
to
you-
show and update us instead of yelling at another comic company, which
Do
is
you want,
again
do you
run
want
by
me
a
to
black
just be
man.
a fake kiss ass
Vito
like
doesn't want to
everybody
succeed.
else on YouTube who goes, "Oh, Eric, you're such a genius. You came up with a comic book. Oh my god, that's so incredible for you. You're the next fucking Stan
Vito.
Lee." Or can I be realistic and go, "This motherfucker has never written anything in his life. His comic book
Vito,
concept is trash.
You could
The
just
art
say
is
fucking
basic
nothing
bitch
and
superhero."
release your comic.
Or
you
I can
dumb
call
fuck.
out trash because that's my
Yeah,
job
but you
as
don't
a
know
critic.
it's trash.
I know it's trash.
How do you know?
Because I've
you
read it.
don't.
Because I watched his pitch where he goes, "We're going to change the games for comic books. It's not going to have
You don't
politics."
even have a pitch.
I
Where's
do
your
have a pitch.
video?
I absolutely have a pitch. Go watch the Boba Fett video. It's
Hey,
a
I
good
got-
Oh, I
pitch.
watched that video. It doesn't give us enough information.
Go
I got
ahead.
a bit. Eric July, more like Eric September.
Boom. Roasted. Nailed it. Bang.
You're just so jealous, and it makes me upset because you're very
wait, he's
talented, and I
done.
want you to succeed.
It's
I've
not
never heard
jealousy.
Tony flip out like this
I know.
on
Tony's like
anybody.
very concerned.
Because I've seen this before in
This
other
is like
people
two
where they had a lot of
Italians, like a
talent,
mafia
and they
movie.
based it-
Where's
All
your favorite
these guys-
spaghetti? Where's your favorite pasta?
Tony,
Because
look,
Vito's comic, I think, can be good. You know, the humor's a little
I
dated.
celebrate
I let him know.
every indie creator except for a very specific group of douchebags.
the black-owned
who I think-
creator.
Yes,
I
I
don't
hate
even know
black
her.
creators. Absolutely. 100%.
Oh my God, Dick! Did you just hear what he said? I
That's what it
disavow
is.
that.
That's
Dick,
all it comes
disavow him
down
right
to.
now. Disavow him right now.
Disavow me. I love black people. I just don't love this particular black person.
Why?
'Cause
Oh,
he
is he not?
sucks.
Wait, Vito,
Why?
is he not one of the good ones?
Because he makes constant videos about this endless culture war and says, "Oh, everyone's
You
trying
do
to
the same
groom our
thing.
kids." No, I don't say that anyone is
You pick
grooming
up
anyone's
you ladies in
kids.
Star Wars comics.
yeah, you
idiot.
do talk about Star Wars a lot.
I talk about Star
Star
Wars,
Wars.
but not in the. I don't talk about it in the vernacular of like, and we need to stop this wokeism from infecting the next generation. Blah blah blah
You
blah.
don't use the
Okay?
buzzwords, but you do the same thing.
No, I legitimately address story problems.
I like when
I break narrative.
Darth
No,
Vader
shut the
does
fuck up! Shut the fuck
throat
up!
thing.
I expertly break down failures in writing
Okay.
from a perspective.
Vito, I'm looking at your
of-
videos right now. You purposely manipulated the toy of the black Star Wars character to look even dumber than it is.
No, I don't think I did. I think that's just how it looks.
You do that a lot. You're doing the same thing as them. You just don't use the buzzwords, and you think you're on the right side.
I am
You're
on the
doing
right side.
same
I am
thing.
absolutely on the right side. I 100%.
No, you're at the same table as me.
No, no,
You're
no,
not
no,
on
no,
the
no, no,
right
no, no, no,
side.
no, no. I mean, that
I
is.
have bad news for you, pal.
But I act as a counterpoint to when you say that certain things are good. I say that they're bad, and therefore I'm providing a public service.
But what if Eric is just good at marketing and you're
Eric-
not?
He's very
September.
good at marketing. Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, well, maybe you could learn from him. Maybe you could like take.
There's
notes
nothing
and
for me to
stuff.
learn. What am I going to do? Become a?
He made $2
He made $2 million.
Okay, so what?
You can learn how to make $2 million.
Oh, okay. I'll just be a huge black libertarian tomorrow. I'll just do that.
You already are,
I
Vito.
guess I should have just took
already
the
are.
advice of if you're a huge black conservative figure, everyone goes, let's give him money so we don't appear racist. I'll just be black. Thanks. You're right. I'm going to learn from this
Soul man.
brilliant
Soul
marketing
man.
plan.
Aren't you already?
Look, guys,
Patreon.com/biggest problem,
There is
by the way.
nothing for me to learn from Eric July other than being a huge trash bag and convincing
no.
everyone that giving you money
Like
is a volley in the culture war is a way to be successful.
Why? But people
That's not
like
a
that.
new thing.
People like to give
That's not
money
new.
for that.
Listen, Dick. I think we made progress. We
I'm
went from
not-
trying
my
to shut
comic-
down. No, we went from Vito trying to shut down a black-owned business. Now he's trying to start one. I think
Now
I've
I'm
made
trying
a lot
to
of
become a
progress.
black
trying to
man.
start a black-owned
If I
business.
tomorrow could be a huge black libertarian conservative commentator with 500,000 followers, sure.
Yeah.
I'd take that.
Why
I'd
don't
take
you?
that
A cool
to the
video
bank.
like him in that room talking about like what your comic's gonna be about.
You
Like make
think
it more
that
personal.
the reason people are buying it is because he made a slick promo video? He didn't even make sense in that video.
Yeah, people buy a lot of shit because of slick editing and filming. Like, have you ever seen any fucking commercial?
Here's what it comes
video?
down to. If you want to stop Disney from grooming your kids or whatever, go buy Eric July's comic because apparently he's going to change the world. My comic
That's a good selling
is-
point. I'm gonna
That's a
buy
good-
that.
yeah,
book.
that's a
Hey,
good selling point. That's cool.
You should buy it and save the world. My comic is going to be a fun story. That's all you get.
That's not as good.
It's a fun, good story, solidly
It needs
written.
work. It needs
by an
work. It can be a fun,
expert
good story.
What about
comedian.
what about all
it's
the-
going to be fun and funny and entertaining,
Nah.
and it's going to be independent, and it will be devoid of like woke, stupid bullshit or whatever else.
Yeah, but what
that's
about-
not what I'm selling
Okay,
it
but what
on.
about-
I'm selling
what-
it on it being a good book.
Okay, but what about Image Comics? You remember that?
Yeah, they didn't come out of
Yeah.
the gate and say we're going to destroy Disney. Those
Yes, they
groomer
did.
faggots.
Yes, they did. Yes, they
When?
did. That was their whole thing. Is we're taking on the industry. We're being held down.
That
by
was
the
a
big
creators'
names.
rights thing. If Eric July was talking about creators' rights, this would be a completely different
Bro,
thing.
there was-
he has no interest in creators' rights. He's owning his own company and all the characters
They
in
didn't
it.
give a fuck about. It was just an ad for them too. Their whole shit
No, they did
imploded
care.
after.
I do think they cared
No,
about
they
creators'
didn't
rights.
care. They all ended up suing each other over creative.
They
rights.
all
They
wanted-
cared just as
And
much as
we
you think.
would.
They all left because Marvel would not let them own their own characters or create their
But
own
here's the
stuff.
thing: we
and
would
own
have
it.
never gotten to this point
And that was a
if it
legitimate-
wasn't for
Evolution is the big problem, really. Image Comics, yes, was very inspiring and still is and still does empower
As a
creators.
marketing vehicle.
No, not as a marketing vehicle, as a legitimate cultural movement. What this guy is creating is
Why?
not
They
a
only have, like,
legitimate
3
cultural
comics that left
movement,
Mark.
It
and
was
people
only
are
like-
treating this like
It's
the
like
fucking
Spawn.
revolution. If you think
Image
this is going to
Comics
change
gave-
comics in any way, you're a fucking idiot.
It already has.
It hasn't in any
Yeah.
way.
$2 million.
All this is proved is that
$2 million.
if you are a popular conservative grifter, you can sell merchandise. That's all this has told us. It tells us nothing about the
Grifter.
comic industry. Yes, grifter.
But that's the whole entertainment industry. You think it's run by
no, it isn't
creative
the
people?
entire.
It's run
It
by
isn't the
grifters.
entire industry. Most comics are not made by huge influencers. Marvel and DC can take
Successful
nothing.
ones.
Marvel and DC can take nothing from the success of this, other than I guess if we hire YouTubers to write comics, we might make a bunch of money.
They might. They will do that.
Maybe.
No, they
But
might
that has
change
no
their stories and stuff to appeal
Yeah.
to
But it
that
has nothing to do with the
demographic. That is
story.
giving money.
He's not making money because of the story. He's making money because he is a popular figure.
This is yet
This
again.
is just
yet
celebrity
again,
culture.
This is you only wanting to be appreciated and make money based on the merits of your artistic work. Again.
yeah,
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't work in the real world.
you're right, and it's
There's
sad.
plenty of creative artistic
and I'm not going
people.
to. I'm not going to sit back and go. Eric is a creative genius.
You don't
when
have
in
to
reality,
say anything. You don't have to say anything.
no, but I can, as a person with a brain, point out that everybody else is a fucking idiot. And I'm the one genius standing atop the mountain, standing atop the tree. I have
That's
climbed
like
the
the
tree
classic-
to the highest
Now-
height. And
Now,
I have
Vito,
found
you're already
nothing but
proving
woe.
that you don't know shit about comics because that's the classic like comic book villain logic. Like I'm the right one,
That's
everyone
true.
else is
Yes,
bad.
yes, you're right.
You're saying it as if you're the hero because you probably shouldn't be writing a
The
comic.
villains
Maybe
are
you can learn something from Eric
usually
July.
right. I am Lex Luthor, and Lex Luthor was always right. Superman deserved to die.
No,
there are
Lex
assholes-
Luthor would do exactly what Eric July's doing.
Listen. There are assholes in my life that are trying to like ruin my career, trying to make their own movies,
Oh.
and I don't even talk about them. I just am working on my movie.
Why is anyone
If I
trying to
did
ruin
the
your?
Ve-
Well, this sounds
if
like
I
a personal
did the Vito thing, I would just be on Twitter
Look,
all
I'm
the
sorry,
time
your
bitching about
friend.
this guy.
I'm sorry, your friend.
and never make a movie.
I'm sorry that you feel I've insulted your friend who was working on a terrible comic book that made a lot of money.
You're
I just
friends
think
with Eric
diversity-
July?
No, I'm friends with one of the artists.
Oh,
I just feel like you got to support black-owned businesses.
Something
I think it's
that,
very
Vito does
important.
know a
You've
lot
learned
about.
nothing in the last few years, Vito, and be better.
What do I need
okay?
to
Be
learn?
better.
What are you talking
Hold
about?
on, wait,
Everything's-
Tony, what were you going to say, Eric?
Oh, something Vito does know something about is one time me and him went to the Cheesecake Factory
We did go to the Cheesecake Factory.
and he got the chicken costoletta. You ever have the chicken costoletta?
Wait, have you gotten that again? That was
Oh,
like
yeah.
that was like
the best order.
that was some of the best pasta I ever
If you ever
had.
go to the Cheesecake Factory, take Vito's advice, get the chicken costoletta.
I don't know why it was so good.
Wait, Vito, let
What
me
do you
just,
mean
let
I
me just-
haven't
hold
learned
on, let me
anything?
read
What am
you-
I supposed to learn?
Let me read you
exactly?
something
Okay, read
from
me
this
something.
comic. $2 million, Eric July says. Psychopaths, all of you, thank you for your incredible support. They won't stop us.
They won't stop us.
This is just the beginning. What about that?
Hashtag
do you not like?
we will win.
We will win.
Who
What about
is trying to stop them?
That's the story. The story is in real life
Yes.
and in the comics. It's like you're
Everyone-
living in the comic.
I know.
It's an immersive
You're
comic
an X-Men.
experience.
If you buy this comic, it's like you're the X-Men. You're
Your
oppressed
power is $20.
by all the woke corporations
feel
and
included.
Disney
Yeah.
trying to make your kids gay.
Yeah.
And if you buy this comic, maybe your kid won't turn gay. Wouldn't
Yes.
that be great?
Yes.
You know what? That's the tagline for Super Killer. Buy my comic and your kid won't turn gay.
Well,
Guaranteed.
Vito, that is 100%. a fucking good idea. That should
There
be
you
on your
go.
advertising.
And I'm gonna
If I saw,
yeah. Go ahead.
Dick, if you saw a comic and you saw an advertisement for a comic and it said it won't turn your
It
kids
won't
gay,
turn your
wouldn't you
kids
want to read
gay.
it? Because
I
you want to know what
mean,
it's about. It's like, wait,
yeah.
were my kids at risk?
I'm
of
going to
being
go to
gay?
every
Can this
conservative
work?
outlet, and I'm going to say at the back of every book is a guide to make sure your kid doesn't turn gay. And then I'm going to be just as
too
big.
complicated.
Too complicated.
Just
No, that's
money.
no,
Give
you
me
already
money.
ruined it. No, you just put that quote on the front cover, and people will be like, "What's this all about?"
Look,
I gotta check it
Like
out.
a guy on the front cover with a big gun. He's like, this guy turns your kids back to being
Yeah.
straight. Right?
So if the KKK puts out an indie comic, I have to support it by virtue of it being an independent production.
You don't have to support it. Just don't bitch about it constantly.
Okay, don't bitch about the KKK's comic. There's no line at
They
which I can
wouldn't
This
make
guy
make
is
a
not
good
the KKK.
comic.
I don't think the KKK.
But
would
I'm
read this guy's
saying
comic, to
that
be
if I
honest.
think somebody is a toxic force in the universe.
You think Eric July is a toxic
Yes.
force because he got $2 million
don't-
to sell a comic
No,
book?
I think he's a
All right.
toxic force because he tells his audience really stupid shit and he makes them dumber.
So to
Vito,
clarify,
people think
we have
you're a toxic force. Stop
evolution.
throwing stones.
I am a toxic
Swatting
force, absolutely.
rent
And if anybody wants to
prices.
talk shit about my comic book, they are welcome to. But
Oh, you say
And
that, but
that's
you don't
it.
get one
Black
negative
business.
comment,
My
and
comic-
you'll end up crying.
no, my comic is going to be fucking great. It is written by someone who has written stuff before,
Is that
not
you?
just showed up one day and said, "I'm going to make a comic too because I hate when there's gay people in the comics." Duh.
Well, have you written a comic before?
Absolutely.
Not lesbians, though.
What comic?
It's called Super Killer.
No. What comic?
No, I
have
haven't
you
written a comic
written before this.
But I've written other stuff. It's the same.
Oh. So
Friend-
you've never written a comic before, and you don't like this
He
guy
had a
because he's never
blog.
Well,
written a
I'm
comic
also not
before.
telling everybody. Look, I'm also not coming out the gate saying I need $2 million or whatever. I'm not
You
starting
should.
a whole
Maybe
company.
don't go for
Should.
$2 million.
I'm
but
saying I think I have the potential to write a great comic, and if you guys want to check it out, you can.
Oh, he has the potential.
He's saying
He's
he's saying I'm going to
Oh, don't worry, guys. He
revolutionize.
has the potential.
Yeah, and Eric has said I'm going to revolutionize comics overnight. We're going to show Marvel and DC. We're going to change the game.
He did.
It's very
And
slick
people
marketing.
believed it.
He
and
changed
they
the
Yes,
board
supported it.
game.
he tricked a bunch of very stupid people.
But he
into
changed the
Why don't
believing
you
game.
try
He
that?
has the cape because I'm not a grifter in that nature. I'm not going to lie to you.
barely even know it.
Fuck, every fucking big budget like summer blockbuster comes out and says it's the biggest movie ever. Do you bitch about them? Like it's a game changer. It's the best movie of all time. Like it's a common tactic. You should use it.
Titanic said that, and it was wonderful.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a good movie.
I
have a review for that on my channel. But anyway,
I don't know.
the point is support black.
Point
businesses.
is
That's
support
what
For some
Black
reason, that song and this show are ingrained the DNA.
I just call it. I don't get why I can call out bad projects like Star Wars looking like shit. If I see
Star
a movie
Wars
trailer looks like shit, and his comic
it has
looks
an
like shit.
infinite budget. His comic doesn't even exist, and he made it out of nothing. He made $2 million a piece.
He spent
nothing.
$200,000 to put one comic together.
He's got a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
yes, it's a huge amount.
He did a quick video that really
That's a
helps.
house
You do
in
video
San
stuff.
Bernardino.
Do a better video. That'll help your comic. Do you even have
This
like
is
a
not
fundraiser
about
for
my
your
comic. This is completely separate.
No, it
okay?
is because that's the only reason you care. That's the only reason this guy was on your radar.
No, I would have. No, he's been on my
That's
radar
bullshit.
regardless. It has nothing to do with the fact that I'm also making a comic.
What if he was
This-
making a $2 million?
If I saw an indie filmmaker, it was like, here's the trailer for my
Extra
new
ricotta,
indie
please.
film, and everyone's like, oh my god, this is going to change the game. This is going to destroy Hollywood. And I went, this looks like a complete piece of dog shit. Is it wrong for me to say that just because he's an indie guy?
Vito,
It is,
it
if you
sounds
well, no,
like-
if you were making an indie film, that's the only reason you would say that
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you have horrible jealousy.
Yeah.
His comic looks like shit, and I know that he is a very unintelligent person, and that is why the comic
By the
will
way, how
suck.
does it feel that no one is agreeing with you? Like everyone
I don't care.
agrees that you're just being outwardly jealous.
That's fine.
This
'Cause
sounds
I know
like
I'm right.
the biggest
You said
problem.
that you're maybe
in the
you're the
universe.
problem.
What am I the problem of? That I don't like this guy's comic. It looks like shit.
Just work on your own comic.
Okay, I will never have an opinion on a piece.
Stop attacking other people
Stop having
for actually
opinions on
succeeding.
independent media.
Vito, what?
You're one of
looks-
those guys that's like, I could do it better, but I won't do it at all.
Well,
like, you
you're
gotta
kidding.
I
get
am doing it better.
This
right
is like
now.
when Roger Ebert made a movie and it sucked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
right.
what he's doing.
Yeah. No,
That's
that
Eric
movie is-
July.
that movie
That
is
is
kinda
Eric
fun,
July's
but-
comic. Is literally a
Vito,
guy who has never made anything before.
Wait a minute. What
making
sucks?
trash.
What sucks about this black guy who's like flexing and this lady and like a guy
It's
in
just
a
basic
hood?
bitch superhero stuff. It's a guy with powers and he's gonna fight a guy in a hood.
That's
It's cool. He's
That's
got
SJWs.
He's got a nice little T
Tell me
on his
what
costume.
appeals to you about the story. What about the story intrigues you so much?
like he's a black guy and he looks like he'd show up on
No,
time.
do it without describing. Tony, you've read the synopsis, you've watched the videos. What is so intriguing about this story concept
Like
to you?
SJWs.
What about
are
it is
just
exciting?
in everything, and I want politics out of comics.
But that's not about the story. That's just you don't want. There's plenty of comics that don't have politics in
He
them.
does have a good
You could
beard.
just go
That is a
read
good
those. He's not doing anything new, and he's pretending like he is.
Look, he's got this diamond cross above his wiener.
yeah, he's like a
And
Christian
this-
superhero. It's great.
What's
That's
wrong
cool.
with that? Are
Yeah.
you going to yell at Miss Marvel for being Muslim now?
And
Like,
his
what's
dick
wrong with
isn't
that?
big. He's
I
a
do-
black guy, and he's wearing spandex, and his dick isn't
I do
like
think
all
Miss
the way
Marvel is a
down.
little like, all right, I get it. She's Muslim, you know, like
Oh,
it's always
wow,
over the
whoa,
top.
Vito, come on.
What?
Come on,
I do
Vito.
think that is like very like what other characters wear their religious garb. I think it is kind of silly.
How
She's
about
saying-
Not to
we
mention, I
all-
think the hijab is a symbol
There's
of
actually there's a
oppression.
character in DC Comics that wears like a Jewish shroud that's part of
let's
his superpower.
let's go
You got a
around and
problem
all
with
say an
him?
affirmation about everyone.
I
on
love
the cast
all
right now.
people. And
All right, we're
all
wrapping it up,
creeds.
Tony. We're doing it with Eric's thing.
It's Tony,
here.
right? Tony's
Yeah,
on
Tony. Tony
Yeah.
can hack
Why
the
don't you say?
movies.
Why don't you say a nice thing about Vito, and Vito why don't you say a nice thing about Tony?
I did say plenty. Vito, you're very talented.
You see how he
I
tried to get
believe-
out of it? Fucking
But I-
right
but I
away,
do.
he just tried to get out of
but
it.
but he
Knowing it's a
ended-
bit on a comedy show, he still tried to get out of it.
But he ended on he thinks Vito is talented. Vito, what do you like about Tony?
What do I like about Tony? He's got a great stick-to-it attitude.
That feels a little backhanded. but
How's
I'll
that
take it.
backhanded?
A little
Just like Eric
backhanded, but I'll
July.
take it.
He sticks with what he does, and he gets it done.
I think this guy has a.
Never misses a week.
Tony never stops doing whatever it is he's doing.
You're a passionate hustler.
That's true.
And respect deserves respect.
He keeps a schedule. That's good.
And now
Keeps that
both
channel
of you, Vito
updated.
and Tony, give an affirmation.
About me.
All right,
Tell me
look,
something
I
good
love
about
Tony.
myself.
Look, we're just fucking around.
You're not fucking around. You guys are you're heated at each other's Italian
No,
throats.
no, I don't give a shit. Tony, I love you.
This was tough love. And stop being a
I mean, it also
crybaby
doesn't
bitch.
really matter.
This
Whatever.
is
I'm just-
Ragu versus Rouse right now. That's what I'm saying.
I guess the question is, what am I supposed
It's a
to?
Guido fight.
Am I
right?
supposed to endear myself to everyone? Like, oh, Vito's everyone's friend and he applauds. No, I'm a cantankerous piece of shit. Like, whatever. I hate.
No, you're not
I hate all
cantankerous.
shit.
No,
Tanker.
Vito,
I don't
it's
even know
not
her.
as funny when like you're like noticeably upset and jealous. It takes the fun out of it and it becomes sad.
But I'm not jealous because I can't. I'm not a big black libertarian.
I'm jealous.
There's nothing for me to be jealous of.
You said you like to stick to it attitude. He loves your talent. That's all.
there is no
praise your other
universe
hosts.
in which I could do what Eric July does because
God
I'm
damn
not
it.
a black shield for conservatives. Okay, so and
very
I
problematic.
don't
I
want.
think he made it on
That's
his own
true.
merit.
I agree with
and I don't want to be
I agree with you
either.
there.
Yeah, I think he made it on his own merits.
Now
I
I'm
like-
jealous. I'm jealous of white people who are given what do you call it? I'm jealous of other fat white guys. If I see a fat bearded white guy who's doing better than me, yes, jealousy can set in.
So Boogie, you hate Boogie. I
No,
agree.
because
Boogie
Boogie is not having any success.
I
as
feel
far
like
as I can
Boogie's a
tell.
nice guy.
Boogie is
Well, trying
No,
our
Boogie's a bad
best.
guy. He shot at a school.
Okay, well let's not. He's trying to keep it uplifting.
He tried to shoot an unarmed guy and fired in the direction of a school.
He shot a school to warn him away.
We all
And he has
have-
big horse teeth.
We're all dealing with trauma.
We're all dealing with trauma.
I like Dick's haircut. A very
Thanks.
nice haircut.
Anyway,
Thanks.
whatever. I've been posting shit on Twitter. It's funny. It's funny to me. And if you don't like
Yeah.
it,
Your Twitter
don't.
is Dick. Here's an affirmation. Your Twitter is great. It's hilarious. It cracks me up. You're
Thank
definitely
you.
having
Vito's is
fun.
bitter and jealous.
No.
I'm just
Vito,
watching
you're
people
great.
throw their money at a moron, and I think it's hilarious. Keep
They
doing
like
You
it.
it.
think
though.
this
Moron.
Eric July guy is a big old troll,
'Cause
and
he's
at the end of the
fucking
day, he's just gonna
stupid.
be like, "Gotcha."
Gotcha. I think he's a stupid individual. Whatever.
Let's
That's
keep
just
it
my
just
opinion.
nice.
What if you
Positive.
just try being a grifter for a month? Honestly,
Yeah,
It's too
you'd
late.
probably be good at
No.
it. You know
Too
all
late.
their tactics.
It's too late for me to be a grifter.
But what if you tried?
And I wouldn't like it. I can't lie to people that much. I really can't. That's my
What are you
biggest
talking about?
problem.
You've been lying this whole time.
if
saying you're not
I was
jealous.
a better liar and I could do like a quartering style thing where I pretended to be mad at
now
media
you're-
every week, you know?
You're mad at all the same stuff Quartering is mad
No,
about.
no. Quartering's not even mad at that stuff. I know
Wait,
he's
now
not
you're
mad at that
it.
stuff.
Wait, you're mad at another successful businessman?
I'm not
who
mad
started
at
a
him. I just
successful
said I
coffee
can't
company?
do what he does. I can't every day pretend to be mad at 3 individual things that people sent me that morning. You go, yeah, I'm pissed about that thing too. Like, I'm just not pissed at that much stuff in a day.
Tony,
Okay.
Tony, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Where have you had your favorite fettuccine Alfredo?
I don't know. My dad's Italian. He probably made my favorite. I don't go to restaurants to eat fettuccine Alfredo. I'm sorry.
Great. We all love fettuccine Alfredo. We all love each other. A good white
That's how
sauce
you
is
bring us
always a
together.
good time.
Tony,
Let's all
thanks
just-
for
What a
calling
disaster.
in.
I'm
Go,
just trying to
go
spread the
hack,
What a
positivity.
go hack
disaster
a
this
fucking
was.
movie.
I thought it was fun. This is the
No,
best
it's
Friday
fun.
night I've had in a long time.
Look, let me put it this way. I love everybody. I don't like Eric July, and that's fine. I don't have to like him.
If Eric July
And I
was
think
a
his
pasta,
comic
what pasta would he
looks
be?
fucking
Would he be a
stupid.
ziti?
I think
An
it's a
arrabbiata?
stupid. Shut the
An
fuck up, Eric.
eggplant, parmesan.
Would it be an eggplant parmesan? There's not a lot of positives to a good eggplant parmesan.
I think Eric July is
You
an
want the veal or
idiot.
the
I think his
chicken?
comic looks fucking stupid.
What if it's great?
His pitch for maybe it will be. I'll review it.
I love this open-minded
I'm not paying
attitude.
$40 for a comic, but if somebody sends me a copy, I will
I'll send
read
you a
it.
copy.
Okay.
Now you're gonna legally pirate this comic? now?
Absolutely. If it gets scanned, I will read the scan. I'm not paying the $40 for it, but I will be 100% objective. And it's very possible that he hired a good editor who somehow managed to take his sloppy, crappy outline and form it into something that matters. But as of now, this is a basic bitch superhero story. It's not creative or interesting because he is not a creative or interesting individual. And
You can't be creative and interesting and be popular. You can't.
You can figure it
No.
out.
Hey, Tony, do you like lumpia?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you are an asshole.
There you go.
I'm taking Vito's side.
Thank you.
You're horrible. Get out of here.
And any independent creators who want to promote their books on my channels, let me know. I am starting my own little indie comic.
As long as they're white, right?
As long as they're white.
Jesus
Yay, bye,
Christ.
Tony.
Blacks,
Like
Bye.
a good
Subscribe
fettuccine
to Hack the Movies.
Alfredo.
Bye.
Hack the
Right,
movies.
Tony
Subscribe
from
to
Hack
Hack
the
the
Movies.
Movies.
Wow. Do you want to do voicemails or should we just do super chats?
Yeah, I mean, are we running late? We could save the voicemails
Well, that was a
for...
40-minute.
Yeah. I don't want to keep Eric too long.
We'll play a couple voicemails and then we'll do super chats. So load up those super chats.
Load
if you
them
have
up.
something to say,
If you need to tell Vito that he's being a little bitch,
I think Vito's a handsome man.
what if I fund a comic?
I would
How do if
support
I
it.
get $3 million?
I think you have
for
good.
comic?
I think you have good ideas, and you're a writer.
I'm gonna make it a bad idea though, on purpose.
I even support some of those guys who I don't agree with their politics, but I know that they can write and they've put in their time. You know, Ethan Van Shiver.
Yeah,
I disagree with that guy politically 100%, but I know he's a comic book pro. I know he can draw. I know he can write.
he's a Cyber F slur
Cyber
comic.
Frog. No, not Cyber F slur.
Oh, it's Frog.
Yeah, it's Cyber Frog.
Oh, I thought I misheard.
I cybered a frog one time.
So that guy, even though I hate his political stuff, I still support him because I go, this is a guy who, when he says I'm going to like fight with the mainstream and I'm going to establish an independent space for
Yeah.
comics, I go, yeah, because you know what you're doing.
I thought it was a guy that butt fucked other guys through the computer with like
The cyber fucker.
yeah, not fucker.
Yeah, I know what you thought.
Does it fit in a
Cyber
USB
wrestler.
port? If it fits in a
All
USB, it'll fit in me.
Yeah.
Why are there so many comic voicemails?
Vito, Eric July made $1 million on a comic by saying, superhero comic book, no gay shit.
Yeah.
That's it, and that's funny, and Reddit can't call him a Nazi because he's black. Probably isn't going to be good, though, but whatever.
There you go. Even the people buying it who support it, no. Probably not going to be good. Thank you.
Okay.
Vito, when we complain about politics in comic books, it's because we want to see Batman break some guy's skull, not, oh, Robin is trans, and Bruce Wayne saves the day by donating all his money, and Iron Man's replaced by a woman. That shit's just lame.
Sure.
Bad
Did you
guy,
say-
and good guy in stupid costume beats a bad guy. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not
But I want to
complicated.
make the point that you
Bye.
can get that right now. There's so many independent people making comics that are that.
Oh, really?
I don't. Yes, there's an entire indie scene that is making not woke whatever comics.
When you say
so, like the fact that everyone's like, this has never happened before. No one has ever done this before. I'm like, yes, they have. They've been doing it for the past several years. Nothing has. Eric has not changed the game suddenly.
Yes, I have.
It's just you. Yeah, well, you are. That's true.
He's evolved the
Eric,
game.
hey, you should make a comic, Eric.
Again. I would love to make a comic. I'm gonna call it the Penis Games.
Like the Hunger Games?
Yeah, the penises and their little swords.
The kid who survives gets fucked? Oh, no.
No, I did fight with their
wieners?
Yeah. And then they like dock and it like eats it.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, everyone's gonna read that one.
My
Like my
nephew came
peach.
up with a superhero that he calls Strong Wiener. He's 5.
Let's clarify.
gotta
I really hope he's like 43 and he's like my
he's
nephew.
5. He's like, yeah, I'm a guy. I'm a superhero. I said, what's your name? He goes, Strong Wiener. I said, Strong Wiener. He goes, yep.
Did you ever read Axe Cop?
Yeah.
That was just a guy who went to his nephew and he's like, give me anything. And the
Yeah.
guy's like, there's a cop, but he has an axe. He's Axe Cop. You should do that. That guy, I think, runs Babylon B now. The Axe Cop guy.
Babylon.
Really?
B?
No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Axe Cop guy. I thought he was like super liberal.
No, I think he's like super conservative.
Really?
Yeah.
Now
probably-
you're speaking my language.
probably get him on your show.
What does he feel about the SJWs?
He
taking
probably
over comics?
hates those
He
SJWs.
thinks they're too evolved.
And I hate the SJWs too. I think it's just,
Oh, here we go.
I don't know, man. I'm exhausted by the culture war, and I'm exhausted by the fact that people are still like just willing to give their money to anyone saying they're going to change the game in some way. The game's not going to change. You're still going to have a bunch of stupid gay shit in comics.
So you don't like all the culture war stuff?
No,
You should change the game.
I'm
Of
changing
the
I am
culture
changing
war
the game
stuff.
at superkiller.org, where you can sign up and get a real comic.
Okay, here you go.
Dick, fuck this Vito motherfucker, but god damn.
I'll go on.
I'd suck your dick for this. You're 38, you're 39. Fuck it, I don't care.
What the fuck?
Tell him to stop being a goddamn liberal.
Okay.
Oh.
It's his fault for not accepting the libertarian conservative way. Jordan Peterson, god damn it, what the fuck is it?
Who is this
You
guy?
know the
I
goddamn way, Dick. Please suck his dick and tell him what the fuck to do.
I'm not going to suck his dick.
Okay.
I love you, Dick.
This guy's
Oh, John Lennon, I love him.
he's a friend of yours, I guess.
Wow. That's the guy buying Eric July's comic.
I guess so.
More like Eric December.
I'm gonna run once everybody hates this comic, I'm gonna do a campaign where you can, if you provide me proof that you've burned his comic, I'll send you a free copy of Super
Oh,
Killer.
that's way too
That's how I'm gonna-
They're
That's
gonna have
how-
to buy it in order to burn it. So you're actually
Yeah, no, they're gonna
supporting
buy
him.
it and then they're gonna read it and they go, "You're right, I was tricked. Vito was right."
Vito, you can't
And
burn
now-
a black comic.
Yes, you can.
No, you
Put on
can't.
a fun
you
hood
can't
while
burn
you
a
do it
black
to-
Christian superhero comic. I promise you can't.
The best way to avoid the flames is to put on a hood to protect yourself and then take a photo as you burn the comic and get a free copy of Super Killer issue 1.
It's all about the art over here.
It's all about the art. Well, guys, what a
love
great show.
creatives.
Evan like for 5. Vito going with the old Lord of the Rings Fear of a Black Elf problem on his comics issue. You haven't read the finished product yet. Voted up. I've read the snot. You can critique trailers. You can critique previews. I've seen Eric's stuff, and I know Eric as an individual. And based on what I know, it's going to be a dumpster fire.
You were all pissed off at people who said that Lord of the Rings Black Elves were dumb.
Because it's not that they're saying just the existence of a black elf is dumb.
Yeah. You're saying the existence of a black Christian superhero is libertarian superhero is dumb.
No, I'm saying a black Christian libertarian superhero written by Eric July is dumb.
Well,
Because he's dumb. And I wish him all the best. Drunken Atheist Studio for 5. I've supported a few Comicsgate books, but Eric's looks like it's pitched to conservative Christians. Comicsgate was about taking the politics out. Thank you, Drunken Atheist,
wait, is this a
for
lady?
agreeing with me. No, Drunken Atheist is a buddy of ours.
It is? It looks
Yeah.
like a lady in the picture.
I mean, he's got
it's
hair,
like
I
a
think.
mannequin. Okay.
Oh, is that like a... Yeah, it's just a...
What is a lady in the picture?
He's a cool guy. I like that guy. Faddix the Great for 5. Vito, the morbidly obese starving artist who wouldn't compromise on his principles. What a hero. I am a hero, in a way. that I'm not just out here. I could be grifting so easily. It would be so easy to be one of these channels that just every day is like, white people are really the real victims in every possible scenario.
You couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. No way.
I could force myself. I would put a
no
gun in my mouth. I would put a gun in my mouth.
You couldn't do it.
If I put
do it for 1 month.
It's too much. I can't handle it. You're right.
You can't do it.
It would eat me up inside. I don't know how it doesn't eat these guys. Well, it doesn't eat these guys up inside because they're literally that dumb and they believe all this shit they're saying. No, it isn't. Disney's not grooming your kids and making them gay or whatever the fuck. It's all
they are. Disney's making them gay.
Oversimplification. Star Wars is not bad because of a magic feminist agenda. It's just bad because the writers fucking suck at their jobs.
Because a woman was in charge of it.
That's not a
gotcha.
I've been like for 5. Can we end this lovers' quarrel between Tony and Vito already? I want all host problems in time to be fairly respected.
I like this guy.
Fair enough. John Fortu says vote up Vito's Twitter account. That is a good idea. Turbo Garbage for 20. I agree with Vito that it'll be terrible, but also Vito is being a big baby. Why is everyone agreeing with me that the comic's going to suck, but I can't say anything about it?
Because you're a big baby.
Just because I also have a comic. Hit refresh, see if there's any other ones. Why do I have to like Eric July? Can I not like some people?
They have a better to-go
Just
menu
people
than a
you
dining
don't like.
menu.
All right, you have a whole show. Your whole show is based on not liking a guy. Let me not like a guy.
Yeah.
Is he a black guy?
No,
he's Armenian.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
All right, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Patreon.com/biggestproblem.
It is I, the nigger, and I need you to subscribe to, it says here, clips